Hello everybody, welcome back to Let's Play Hearthstone 4 Kaiserreich against Fengtian Government. Let us continue on from where we left off. So we're preparing for the war against the Qing. We're not going to declare it right away, because I think that's going a little bit too far. They don't... How many troops do they have? 17 to 61. We're at 21, so it's like we maybe have more troops than them, but it's a little hard to say. But we have 142 army experience. You know what that means. It is time for an army reform. Be done in 100 days. Give me more organization. Happy to see it. So at the very least, I want to at least get this level done. Is there any way you can get 58 political or 58 army experience before the war begins? I don't think so. Let me just take a quick look on this. Political power. Actually, I can just look at army. Supply consumption. No, I think we got all the focuses we can that will just give us army experience. Any more army experience I think we're going to need to gain in the field. Okay. Transmirians and currency in Harbin. Transmirians proposed that we allow transaction between our own currency and a Transmirian ruble in Harbin. Has been the largest Russian population in the whole of Northeast. The government of Vladivostok says it'll be able to tax these transactions. Moreover, such an agreement could have a positive influence on the industrial development of the city as well as the region, where the local Russian businesses started to make various investments. But some members of our government mentioned the free use of the Transmirian ruble could lead to increase of Harbin's autonomy. Harbin is you. Yeah, I'm okay. I'll take it. Me and Harbin can... I think Harbin will be okay. Oh, 4 for units. I will absolutely take that. Thank you. I wasn't expecting that. I'll throw these units here. You guys can be the orange army. And just push away there. And Shenyang infiltration. The time has come for a soldier to put into action our carefully laid out plans and begin to infiltrate through Shanhaigun and into the province beyond. Their mission will not be easy, as any number of things could go wrong. Their citizens will keep an uprising behind enemy lines to keep them busy and cut their supply. 1.8 thousand rifles. Okay, you ready? You ready for some sweet gameplay? And then, now that we spent all of our equipment, we just press the button, and hey, look, we gotta keep the equipment. That's gaming. That's min-maxing. Basically cheating. I'm gonna draw these forces here. I'm gonna drag you out a little bit further. Any new army will be deployed directly onto orange army, even though here it does look like they're brown, but don't worry about that too much. You have some units. We're gonna deploy you here and just get them deployed. Get them on the front line. You probably want Chief of Air Force. I wouldn't mind getting an air superiority. Yes, air superiority. How many aircraft does the Qing have? 49 to 103. We have 114. Our Air Force is better than theirs. Very, very happy to see that. Don't need more Japanese infantry equipment, at least not right now. And actually, Zealy influence is low enough. We might be able to get this done. It's gonna be, okay, less than 15%. You know what? I'm going to spend... first time I'm going to do it, we're going to favor the Zhang Clique a little bit. Just to make sure we can keep the balance in the country as even as possible. And even though we're still technically a month at a time, we're going to get our 2 infantry bonuses here. Because we need our army to be as strong as possible for the war to come. Colinsold on the power in Ireland. Okay. So you'll be deploying on the 29th of December, at the end of the month. You'll be deploying in the 30th of March. Interior Minister. Right now we have political power gain, resource, max factory and state. You're just bad. Don't elect bad people if you want me to put them in the government. You use your big old noggin there, communication clique. I don't know what your plan was. But I will say that it makes no sense. Ban the Ashen Mine. Infrastructure wouldn't be so bad. Japanese electronics, hotel license. A little bit more stability would not hurt. And actually an extra research slot. I mean, does... Yeah, I'll take it. I think the rest of the stuff we don't really need. Motion meter still is going to be trying to take out Najin Hasa. Are you actually getting a different... No, you still have the same tree, even though you are now in Uprising. And I meant Jamal Shamir should, I believe, be the pro-Ottoman Arabian faction. If I'm remembering correctly, which I might technically not be. Make sure, yeah, you're all flying over here. Set you to 200. I'm going to set you to 200. Actually, it said 114. That's a lie. We actually have 176 aircraft. Infiltrators disappear. Although intelligence services receive reports of progress through the beginning stage of the infiltration, contacts have rapidly been cut off, and our forces have disappeared south of the Great Wall. It's also that some were discovered or immediately avoiding detection, or that the entire force was destroyed. The fate of these brave soldiers could never be known. Well, a little disappointing. We could create an agency, and you know what? Yeah, let's do it. I don't know how much this is really going to benefit us when it comes to... I mean, I guess we can spy on Beijing a little bit better. Okay, we have 2 more units. Immediately put them in the Brown Army. And I wouldn't mind throwing a few more units off of Blue into Orange. And I want them to be, like, undoubtedly orange. Like, no matter what we do, it kind of always looks brown. You know what? Just be the White Army. That works. And it's very clearly visible from, I'm going to call this orbit, but that's just not right. It's not really the right term there. But we can see what's going on, and I'm happy with that. The Northeast Industrial Development Commission. At Japan's request, and with no particular reason to refuse, we've established a legal and fiscal framework enabling the creation of the Northeast Industrial Development Commission, serving to oversee and direct the development of Fengtian's industry, mostly through the allocation of funds and leases. The Commission has now faced the question of its composition. The Cordia Association has proposed an inclusion of a series of extremely talented individuals with experience working for the Nissan and Mitsubishi Zaibatsu in Japan. We stress the need for an export-driven economy taking advantage of Fengtian's existing natural resources. While the Grand Marshal Generals insist upon the necessity of an army approach to ports development, are using their considerable influence to ensure the placement of military men on the commission. The Communication Clique has recommends their own presence and advocate for a mixed development approach, referring to their long experience with business dealings across China, as well as most recently here in the Northeast. Unfortunately, the compromise involving all 3 parties is practically impossible. The clear vision is necessary for the task. Inter-commission bickering is almost certainly rendered functionally impotent. Additionally, although the Commission's nature as an appointed body permits the presence of Japanese in its makeup, the public and much of the Assembly will likely react negatively to their presence. At the same time, the Japanese will not appreciate exclusion. So we get 2 civilian, 2 military, or 1 of each. You know what? I will take this 2 civilian. I think that's okay. Follow that up with the Yamato Hotel license. Get our extra research slot. Use that to, I don't know, maybe research a tank. I don't know how effective that will be. But it's something. Thing is, like, I don't want to cross this river. Because rivers are terrifying. So we have 2,000 rifles. We put us up to 30. We could go with an extra 5. Yeah, we can have up to 7 more units without taking any penalties. And of course, I don't want to take the penalties. Our units already are taking organization debuffs. I don't want to make that worse for myself. And now you're the Chochin government. You got a cool little flag. Yeah, but we don't really need 3 different governments. And also, Hunan is now a puppet state of the left KMT. And you're preparing for another expedition. Okay, I didn't get to read the event. I apologize. Yeah, you want to go to war with the Qing as well. We're both anti-Qing. So you know what? Me and the canteen, at first I was like, this is bad for us. But I think this could actually work out. And Prince Khan arrives. Japanese consulate in Shenyang has handed the government notice of the arrival of Prince Khan, who had recently disembarked the battleship Nagato in Port Arthur Harbor. In accordance with his rank, the occasion is being given all the pomp and circumstance of a state visit. And our prince will travel north of Shenyang for a formal reception by the Grand Marshal, followed by a tour of the country. Various ministers and generals have been assured of the prince's safety. There will be a political disaster for any harm to come to the member of the imperial family. Well, I mean, I did what I could. I took all the events that I could to make this work. We have about a month left for you. Pervasive Matsutsu influence. Our factories rumble activity, churning out weapons, supplies, and everyday convenience at an astounding rate. This would be possible without Japan. What's the discontent and balance? Who are we fighting for? China or Japan? Is the Republic really being strengthened, or instead brought to its knees by foreign exploitation? What are they at right now? They are at 30%. Okay. I will admit that. The eye of the tiger. I don't want 30%. I don't want the Japanese. The Japanese actually right now are the most influential faction in the country, which is a little worrying for me. In the eye of the tiger. After arriving at the Grand Marshal's residence in Shenyang, the prince was ceremonially received in the Tiger Room by prominent members of the assembly and Zhang Xiaolin himself, touring the former palace of the Qing dynasty. It's since been converted to use by the government. He also visited the Shenyang Arsenal in the city's northeast suburbs. The evening was finished with an elegant state dinner in the Chinese style, in which a toast was made of special relationship between China and Japan. Kahito plans on leaving Shenyang in a few days for an inspection of defenses to the south. Rumors swirl that the attempt could be made on his life. I will take it, because I don't... I mean, if he dies, he dies. Whatever. What can you do? Give me better bombers. And I will upgrade you to be better fighters. We don't have enough aluminum for it, but... for right now, it's what we gotta do. Go Japanese officers. Expansion of the southern front. Part of the general expansions of a narrow demilitarized zone separating Qing from Fengtian territory, Prince Kahito was greeted by a precision military drill at the Wangzaran Fort. Built in 1929 to support the operation of several armored trains along the Jianfang line. Impressed by the recent additions to the forts and other fortifications in the north running parallel to the Great Wall, Kahito was also surprised by the professionalism of our soldiers. Given our esteemed visitor considerable rank in the Japanese military, it seems likely that Japan will see us as a more reliable ally in the future. In lieu of further inspections, the princes will be staying at a recently completed Yamato Hotel in Jinzhou before moving north again to Harbin. Hey, the prince was impressed. Let's go. Thanks for the political power. I want to use you to boost probably the Zhang Clique for now. Yeah, we can't present modernity, but, you know, don't worry about that too much. Hey, and our line is complete. Thank you for the infrastructure bonuses. So you're gonna get another bonus. The Wonders of Harbin. Prince Khan arrived in the city of Harbin, the city's northeastern cultural capital and center of innovation. A mere 4.5 hours after his departure, thanks to the authentic speed of Matsatsu's Asia Express, among the fastest locomotives in the world. Although he was aware of the train's existence, few things prepare even royalty for the speed and luxury of this world wonder. The prince quickly transitioned to tour the city, including the Russian border, and received reports from both Chinese and Japanese garrisons along the northern frontier. His departure from the city in a few days will be marked a functional end to the visit, though he remains in the nation's guest until his train passes back Kwantong leased territory. Could go for the next level here. I'm going to do the Chinese company to get you down a little bit more. And again, I do still want to boost the Zhang. Cordia. I'm going to refuse the appointment for right now. Get him down a little bit. And he has returned to Japan. His duties complete, Prince Khan Kahito has safely departed Port Arthur for the Himalayas. Any strong impression that made could have been lasted and picked at upon our relationship with Japan. Well, I mean, he's impressed with the army. We didn't get to show Chinese modernity, but, you know, you can't win them all. You can't win them all. But I still think this is a success for our government. 100%. So we have just a little bit more than 2 weeks left on you. Military factories. What do I need? I mean, the fighters and bombers, I mean, we could get some support equipment. And, you know, let's start producing that now. I mean, we're going to be taking a negative 50% penalty. And we still have our backward industry, which I would like to remove at some point, but it might be a little bit difficult to actually get that done. By the way, Qing, how many factories you got? 12 to 14, 7 to 9. So we're actually better industrialized than the Japanese, which are not the Japanese, than the Qing. Very happy to hear that. That should mean, hopefully, in a prolonged conflict, we will have a little bit of an edge when it comes to industrial might. Yeah, let's get you, and congratulations, you're going to be moving to Beijing. See what they're up to. Got the nationality. Does he have nationality of everybody? It might actually just not list everything he has here. I'm assuming you can function in any part of China, would be my best guess. Oh, it's actually 50 for the next one. Yeah, get 50. We'll get this we'll get this one army reform. Yamato Hotel licenses. Matsatsu's Yamato Hotel line has been a staple of southern Manchuria railway zone. The concession zone ceded first to Imperial Russia and then to Japan after 1906. It then expanded following the 21 demands in 1915 to a rather loose interpretation of its provisions to include all of southern Manchuria. At the same time, while treaty rights permit Japanese to reside and engage in business and manufacture of any kind, construction still theoretically requires approval from the local governor and, if necessary, the Grand Marshal himself. Matsatsu aims to build a series of new hotels, all of which will inevitably become hubs for further Japanese activity. While construction could never be stopped without angering the Japanese government, limits might impose to forestall Japanese influence in certain areas. Unfortunately, as much as they may stand as physical evidence of Japanese strength, the hotels are frequented by Japanese elites and many Matsatsu employees, and are crucial for the rapid development we desire. I'm going to take you. Limited construction for now. And then immediately follow that up with the extra research slot. I feel like we're doing okay. Balancing all of the powers in Manchuria. At least I think we are. Yeah, if you only need 50, does the last one also only require... Does you think it requires like 25? Do you think it like gets halved every time? That, to me, doesn't make any sense. I think it would actually like double every time. You get harder and harder as time passed. And the Federation declared war on Madras. Don't care about that so much. And again, yeah, you're still pro-Ottoman. We'll see if that lasts when the war breaks out. Right now, CNT against the Carlist. Yeah, American Union State, by the way, is doing fantastic. They're doing really, really well against the CSA. I don't think MacArthur's going to be lasting for too much longer. Railway construction workers strike. Chinese workers complain about inadequate pay and difficult working conditions and refuse to return to work in a carefully coordinated strike. With the president of railway units in the Northeast, their coordination in the instance just an involvement of the communication clique, mostly as part of their attempt to demonstrate their influence and retaliate some perceived slight. Well, thanks for that, jerks. I'm trying to help you, and this is how you repay me. Unbelievable. Air fighter detection, interception detection. Yeah, let's do operational integrity. I almost like never do this path. You know, let's take it this time, and then, you know, we'll see how it goes. Yes, I mean, we all like you. Japan doesn't like me as much. What's their problem with us? I mean, we love them. Because of the guaranteed. But what's their negative from us? Japan refuses to support the National Reclamation War. Really? Yeah, whatever. So, whatever. Who cares? I don't need Japan. Japan needs me. And they will soon find that out. Okay, 3,000 rifles. This should, I think, we have... Right, we're at 30, so we're going to go up to 7. Yeah, we can deploy all these units when we can. Should give us, I think, decent numbers against the Qing. 54 days. You are 45 days. Do we know when? For independence from Beijing. We're gonna get northern China. They could actually negotiate with us. I wouldn't actually mind getting their support. I know we have just fought against them, but new foreign minister. Foreign minister right now is political power game. No. Like, if you, again, just appoint good ministers and we wouldn't have this problem. Okay? Just appoint people who aren't ass. Have you won the war? No, you still haven't won the war technically against anyone yet. You're doing okay. Again, I would like my clique to join our side. I don't know if they can maybe going forward, staying put. What can you do for me? And I want my clique to support me. They can provide a nice extra front here. Diane's at War Burma. And Matsatsu Chobatsu. The Southern Manchuria Railway Company's research wing, colloquially known as the Matsatsu Chobatsu, has grown over the years from a mere corporate R&D department into the heart of Japan's colonial research program. Divisions dedicated to everything from agricultural science to intellectual intelligence gathering. The organization's sheer scale has led to the opening of offices in Berlin, Vancouver, and New York to attract foreign talent, plus wide recruitment from Japan's most foremost universities. The result is a surprisingly liberal and open-minded intellectual community, not nice places scientific inquiry before nationalistic concerns. This appears to be one of those instances, as the government has been approached by the Chobatsu representative offering future assistance in one of several fields. It should be noted that the Quantock Army garrison in Port Arthur were strongly opposed to this arrangement. Get a free upgrade, production efficiency. Instruction speed. So Japan, do we know what you've researched? No, we don't. Not really. We could get a free upgrade from you. Did Japan not have any of them unlocked? So we actually got shit? I think that's exactly what happened. Whoops. Oh, we got an extra research slot out of it anyways. I guess that's okay. It's 38 right now. Let's go for anti-aircraft guns. Follow you with a main doctrine bonus. Naval doctrine. Let's go with you. Give me a free military factory and some political power. But I think at least for right now, it's going to be a good time for us to end this episode. Thank you to everybody for watching. Myself, if you enjoyed, throw a thumbs up. Not enjoy, could always thumb down. Want to see more, subscribe, and goodbye.